You see a mid-game brawl, a shouting match, players getting tossed, and you probably think, just another chaotic night in the NBA, right? But what if this time, what if this fight was actually a signal, a sign that one of the league's most historic franchises isn't just fighting, but fighting for a title?
So picture this. It's the third quarter, Pistons versus Hornets. Jalen Duren drives hard to the basket, there's a little contact with Moussa Diabate, and then, boom, it just explodes. Pushing, shoving, guys rushing in from the bench. This wasn't just some minor dust-up. This was a statement.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. We're going to start with the fight itself, then get into why some folks see it as a return to a legendary identity. Then we'll cover a pretty shocking admission of fear from a top analyst, look at the stats that actually back it all up, and wrap up with the biggest question of all. Are these Pistons for real?
So what actually lit the fuse on this whole conversation? Let's take a closer look at the incident that put the Pistons' entire identity right under the microscope. All right, let's get right into the play-by-play. It's the third quarter. Duren and Diabate get tangled up, things get really heated, and in a flash, it's a full-on scrum. Of course, Isaiah Stewart has to get in on it from the bench. By the time it all settles down, 4 players are ejected. But here's the crazy part. For some people watching, this wasn't a breakdown, it was a breakthrough.
So how on earth does a messy on-court brawl become a beautiful moment? Well, for ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins, that's exactly what it was. He saw it as the moment the Pistons reminded the entire league exactly who they are.
Perkins did not hold back one bit. He said he loved it. He loved the physicality, the raw competition. He argued that this isn't some accident. This is their identity. They're instigators, they're authentic, and they are not backing down for anybody.
Perkins' whole point is this. He thinks the league has gone a little soft. You know, on the left, you've got today's friendly NBA. All hugs and kumbaya moments. But the Pistons? Oh no, they're a throwback. They're bringing back what you see on the right, that old school competitive fire, the beefs, the pure toughness that defined a whole era of basketball.
And you can see that legacy right here. This isn't just some random tough team. They are actively channeling the spirit of the franchise's most iconic era, the Bad Boys Pistons. They don't just respect that history, they're trying to live up to it every single night.
Okay, but toughness is one thing. Being a true contender is something else entirely. And that's where this story takes a huge turn, all thanks to a stunning confession from Stephen A. Smith.
So, is all this grit just for show? Or is it the foundation of something truly dangerous? Something that other teams should genuinely be afraid of?
And there it is, from Stephen A. Smith himself. And he is not joking, he's not just concerned, he's scared. He says he's been trying to warn people for weeks, and this incident, it just confirmed his deepest fears about this Detroit team. And his fear isn't just about them fighting. No, he flat out calls them the best team in the Eastern Conference. In his mind, they're the team to beat, because they have it all. The athleticism, the shooters, the muscle, the size, and a superstar leading the whole charge. Now, an opinion that bold needs some evidence to back it up. And you better believe Stephen A. came armed with the numbers to prove that his fear is grounded in statistical reality.
And wow, the numbers do not lie. This team is dominant on both sides of the ball. I mean, think about this. Second in the entire league in defensive efficiency, top 6 in shooting. They punish you with high percentage shots right at the rim, and they kill you in the open court on fast breaks. That's not luck. That is a championship formula.
And the physical dominance just keeps on coming. They are the third best rebounding team in the league. They are number 1 in blocked shots, and they're second best at making opponents miss their shots. Teams just can't score on them efficiently. They are, like Stephen A. said, rough riders.
At the center of it all is their young superstar, Cade Cunningham. Kendrick Perkins believes Cade is looking at what other young stars have accomplished and is basically saying, why not me? He's got the belief, and he's got the talent to take this team all the way.
And backing him up is Jalen Duren, an all-star big man who is basically a walking 20 points and 10 rebounds. He gives them that consistent force on the inside that every single championship team needs. And then you have the enforcer, Isaiah Stewart. Perkins calls him the best rim protector, the guy who shuts down everything near the basket in the entire league. He embodies that rough rider mentality. But he's also the wild card, isn't he? The guy whose intensity could get him ejected in a huge playoff game?
Okay, let's bring it all home. We started with a fight, we analyzed the identity, we heard the fear, and we saw the stats. And it all leads to one final, really provocative question.
This is the boldest take of all, from Kendrick Perkins. He's not just saying they can compete, he is saying they can win the whole thing, the NBA championship. He sees a wide-open league and a Pistons team that wants all the smoke.
So, could this really be the path? Could a team actually reforge its identity in the middle of a regular season scuffle and then ride that wave of toughness and talent all the way to a championship?
While the betting markets are definitely taking notice, as of right now, the Pistons have 15-1 odds to win the NBA Finals. And let me tell you, that is not a long shot. That is a legitimate contender.
And to really put that number into perspective, those are the exact same odds as the Boston Celtics, one of the most respected powerhouses in the East. The fight, the fear, and the stats have put the Pistons in some truly elite company. The only question left is, do you believe it?